Hello and welcome along to today's episode of Solving the Telegraph Cryptic Crossword. Today we're going to look at a recent puzzle from the Daily Telegraph. In fact, this is the Prize Cryptic number 3333 from last Sunday, which would have been the 7th of September, so quite recent. Because it's a Prize Cryptic, I can't post the solve straight away. There's a 10-day period over which you can submit the crossword. So I'll post this after the 10-day period has expired, so there's no hints or spoilers. Welcome along, as I say. If you're interested in learning how to solve cryptic crosswords, or you're looking to hone your cryptic crossword solving skills, then you're definitely in the right place. I'm going to go through this cryptic crossword and explain each of the answers, hopefully, and how I get there, and perhaps give you some other hints and tips on solving cryptic crosswords in general. Okay, with all that being said, let's crack on. Let's see how we get on and start with one across. Mention with care parlous seat of an empire. Okay, this is probably a good place to start with general instruction about solving cryptic crosswords. In most cases, a cryptic crossword has two parts. It has a straight part, a definition part, if you like, which outlines what the answer needs to be, or needs to say, or needs to mean. And then the other part of the clue is the cryptic part. It's the bit that gives you the hints and tools and letters maybe to help you come towards that answer. So the first thing you should always try and do with a cryptic crossword, if you're a clue that you're not sure about, is to have a look and see if you can work out which part of the clue is the cryptic part and which part is the straight part. And usually the straight part is either at the beginning or the end. So looking at this clue, is the straight part mention with care, or does it mean seat of an empire or an empire? That's the first question to ask. Then we have a word in the middle, parlous, which is an anagram indicator. So words like parlous, like fractured, like exploded, or whatever, I'm sure we'll come on to others in the crossword today, indicate an anagram. So if parlous is an anagram, we need to look for a section of the clue that has 11 letters in it. And I think so mention, I-O-N, and care together have 11 letters. And so I think what we're trying to do here is an anagram of the words mention care to mean an empire or the seat of an empire. And I think looks like, I'll get my cursor in the right place, ancient Rome. Yeah, so that's an anagram of mention and care, and it means the seat of an empire. So the seat of the Roman Empire was ancient Rome. Okay, 9 across. Women turned on night vision. So turned is sometimes another anagram indicator. And night vision question mark is suggested it's a sort of a play on words, maybe, or a bit of a sarcastic or satirical solution. Yeah, what about new moon for that one? So that's an anagram of women. So the turned, as I say, is the anagram indicator, and then on is just on at the end. And something you would use at night to help you see, or that would be particularly useful at night to help you see, is a new moon. Okay, that's good. 10 across. The toothed wheel has vessel. Reversing, that's the spirit. Toothed wheel has vessel, reversing, that's the spirit. Well, a toothed wheel is a cog. And a vessel is used often in cryptic crosswords. It can either mean something like a sailing ship, but it can also mean any sort of pot, or in this case I think it's can. And if you reverse can to NAC, you get cognac, and cognac is a spirit. Good, 3 out of 3. 12 across. Again, send off for instrument that doesn't show Celsius. So looking at this one, which is the straight part, which is the cryptic part? Doesn't show or show Celsius seems unlikely to be the definition, so I think we're looking at a word meaning again or again send off, like repost. Yeah, so this is reorder. So again, send off for is to reorder something, and it's a musical instrument, a recorder, without C for Celsius. So C is a recognized abbreviation for Celsius in terms of temperature. So if you don't show the C in recorder, you get reorder, which is to send off, again, send off for. Good, okay, that's a good start. Right, energetic goth one rocking. Yeah, okay, so again, this looks like an anagram. Rocking can be an anagram indicator. So words that have been rocked, have been messed about. Energetic could also be an anagram indicator. So I think we're looking for, the answer is made up of the letters of goth 1, and it either means energetic or it means rocking. And we've certainly got the letters of the in the middle, which only leaves O-N-G-O. On the go. Someone who's on the go is energetic, and we have to rock the letters of goth 1 to give you on the go. Okay, good start today. 14 across. A filthy home beyond end of town, horrid. Yeah. Okay, so this is nasty. So horrid is the straight part of the clue, the definition part. A filthy home, or filthy home, is a sty, as in a pigsty. So a filthy home is a sty. Beyond or after the end of town. So end of town is literally N, the last letter, the end letter of town. So a sty after the N of town is horrid. Okay. English city freshman. English city freshman. This looks like it might be what we call a double definition. So a word that means both an English city and a freshman. So it doesn't seem to be enough words other than that to make up an answer, but I'm not seeing that one. But that's okay, we'll leave that one. Let's crack on to the next. 17 across. Cruel having a void in one suit. Yeah, so this is a sort of double definition again. So it's a word that means cruel and a word that means having a void in one suit. And if you think of suits as in cards, and you're thinking of card games, and in a particular bridge, contract bridge uses the phrase having a void, it means you have nothing of that particular suit. So if you didn't have any hearts, you would be heartless. And somebody who's heartless is somebody who's cruel. Okay, 20 across. Iffy swamp American. Okay, so American and references to America appear regularly in cryptic crosswords. They form useful abbreviations. So American can be abbreviated to A, also AM, and also US. So that could be part of the clue. So the straight part could be iffy, with a word for swamp, along with a word for American. Or it could be a word that means American. I'm not seeing that one. So let's move on. 22 across. Stop being very loyal. Yeah, again, this looks like a potential double definition, a word meaning stop. and a word meaning being very loyal. There's not any obvious link words between those two parts of the clue to suggest it was something else. But we've not seen that one, so let's crack on. Smooth skin on animal, old bovine beast. No. Okay. Bill and Josephine getting in touch. So Bill here is written to make you think it's a person's name, as in an abbreviation of William, but often a bill can also be a receipt or an account. So bill is quite often abbreviated to AC. So maybe maybe the word begins AC with something for Josephine. No, don't see that one. 26. Least academic, back of class, bottom. Least academic. So I think this means least academic. Back of class is S. So I think it begins with S and means least academic. It could end EST, something ist. Not stupidest, but something like that. I'm not sure. High when 1 over the 8. Yeah, this is quite a clever clue. So this is on cloud 9. So if you're high, if you're happy, you're said to be on cloud 9. And 1 over the 8 is 9. If you're over number 8, you're on number 9. So on cloud 9. Okay, that's not a bad start. All the across clues gone through, quite a few there, especially at the start. Let's see if we can carry that on with the down clues. Okay. Do any changes after number 12? Well, changes is another anagram indicator. And we've got a lot of the letters of do any. So do any is 5 letters. So we need something. Yeah, so number is often abbreviated to NO. You see that regularly in all sorts of print, different places. So NO for number, and then an anagram of do any gives noonday, and noonday is 12 noon. Good. Okay, 3 down. Being in the dark, canoeing round river. Being in the dark, difficult canoeing around river. Again, is this another anagram indicator? Difficult could be an anagram indicator to anagram the word canoeing, and R is a recognized abbreviation for river. So I think this is yeah, okay. So this is ignorance. Ignorance. So being in the dark is being ignorant. So someone in the dark is ignorant, and it's an anagram of canoeing around R for river. Okay, what's this? Somewhat brown, a chocolate chip. Yeah, okay, so you don't want to read it as a chocolate chip. You need to read the clue, somewhat brown, a chocolate chip. And the answer is nacho. And if you're not sure why it's nacho, just take a look at the clue for a second. Maybe pause the video and have a look and see if you can work out why it is. And this is a hidden clue. The word is hidden, so somewhat hidden in brown, a chocolate, NACHO, is a nacho, which is a chip or a crisp. Okay, yachting event. Yeah, I think we know where we're going with this one. Bringing about great cheers. So looking with the letters we've got, I think this is quite clearly regatta, which is a yachting event. Right. And again, it's another anagram. So a yachting event bringing about great, so anagramizing the word great, and tar, T-A, tar, for cheers, thank you, tar, at the end. So an anagram of great and tar gives regatta, which is a yachting event. That's good. 6 down. Most unkind, putting yours truly on a tree house. Yeah, okay, so yours truly is me. So we're looking for a word that starts M-E-A, and most unkind would suggest it might end E-S-T. And a tree house, especially if you're a bird, is a nest. So most unkind is meanest, putting me on a nest. Okay, 7 down. Free swimming in French sea. Okay, not seeing that one straight away. So free could be something that is of no cost, cost nothing. So something that's gratis, is given away for free. Free could also mean released or unchained. Free. Swimming could be an anagram indicator, but at sea is also sometimes used as an anagram indicator. No, not seen that one. Okay. 11 down. Dog given little drinks pants. I think it might be something shorts. So shorts are little drinks. Shorts like whiskey and vodka and so on. And shorts can also be pants, as in American pants, trousers. So something like cargo shorts or something like that. Jockey shorts. Jockey? No, not enough letters. Okay. Not sure about the dog part. We'll come back to that one. 16 down. Swab has gone to pot in bowl. Well, gone to pot again is another anagram indicator. Swab has 7 letters. So maybe if it ends IN, we've got the in here from in, basin. What does that leave us with? Wash basin, yeah. Okay, so again, another anagram clue. Swab has anagramized, so gone to pot with in to give wash basin, which is a bowl. Good. 18 down. Animation in a boy with racket. Yeah, I think this is Aladdin. Just make sure I spell this right. Yeah. So a boy is a lad. A racket in this case is thinking about noise rather than a tennis racket. So this is the racket in the sense of noise or din. So a lad din gives Aladdin, which of course is the Disney animation. 19 down. Metal sheet. In fact, opening, work to secure it. Well, to toil, yeah, so this is tin foil. So a tin foil is a metal sheet. Fact opening is F, literally the opening letter of fact. So we have in F, I-N-F, with a word meaning work to secure it. So toil is work. So that word toil secures or encompasses INF to give tin foil. Okay, 20 down. Good thing about university, very powerful for idiot. Okay, so this could mean a good thing, or it could mean an idiot. University is often abbreviated to U, sometimes uni, but often U. Recognised abbreviation of good is G, so it could be G, a word for thing, or maybe even an anagram. G, T-H-I-N-G, and U. We've got the N at the bottom. G, something with another G in the middle. No. Not seeing that one. 21 down. Good again. Good composer for the stones. Yeah, this is gravel. So as we said for the one above, good can be abbreviated to G. There is a famous composer called Ravel who wrote a number of famous compositions, including the Bolero, which if you're a certain age, you may remember. So G for good, Ravel for composer, and stones are gravel. Okay. Indian dish in Dundee's eaten. So you do occasionally see various Indian dishes, Indian food dishes in cryptic crosswords. No. Okay, this is another hidden clue. This is Hindu. So dish in Dundee has eaten, if you like, has included a word meaning Indian, and it's Hindu. So it's the last letter of dish in DU of Dundee. Okay, that's a good sweep through the first set of across and then down clues. That's not a bad effort. If you're enjoying the video today, don't forget to give it a like, and please consider subscribing if you want to keep up to date with all the latest videos that I put out in solving cryptic crosswords. So don't forget to do that if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, let's go back to the across clues and see where we get to. 9 across, English city freshman. Well, English city is Newcastle. So how do we get freshman? Well, fresh is new, and castle in chess parlance is a chess piece, a chess man, just as all the other chess pieces are chess men. So a man in chess parlance could be a castle. Newcastle is an English city. Right, 20 across. Iffy swamp American. Right, so this isn't a G at the beginning, it's bogus is the answer. So bogus means iffy. A swamp is a bog in this case. And as we said a bit earlier on, one of the abbreviations for American is US. So bog US gives bogus, which means iffy. Okay, let's go for 22 across. Stop, being very loyal. Yeah. This is staunch. So if you staunch something, you stem the flow of something, you stop it. You stop the flow of blood or staunch the flow of blood. And if you are very loyal, if you are a loyal supporter, you are said to be a staunch supporter. So double definition, staunch meaning loyal, staunch meaning stop. Smooth skin on animal, old bovine beast. Well, old is often abbreviated to O, and we have the O at the end. So does this mean some sort of bovine beast? Yes, it does, because the answer is buffalo. So to smooth something is to buff it, to smooth and shine it. The skin of animal, so if you think the outer letters of animal are A and L. So buff, A-L-O, gives buffalo, bovine beast. Okay, 25 across. Bill and Josephine getting in touch. Okay, I think this is a join. So in this case, the bill is referring to an ad or an advert, which is a less common use of the word bill, but a bill can also be an ad. Bill posters go up on different places and they're adverts. Josephine is Joe. Getting in, literally the letters IN. and if things touch, they are said to adjoin. Okay. 26. Least academic, back of class, bottom. No, still not getting that one. Let's have a look at this. This was the dog. Dog given little drinks, pants. Yeah, okay. So the dog in question is a boxer. So boxer and shorts makes boxer shorts, which are pants. The English definition of pants, meaning underpants or underwear. So boxer shorts is the answer. Okay, let's go to 7. Free swimming in French sea. Okay, so if swimming is the anagram indicator here, in French sea, is that enough letters? Yeah, that's 11 letters. Yeah, okay, so this is N franchise. So franchise is a word that means free, to free, and it's literally the swimming is an anagram indicator of in French sea, gives in franchise. Okay, 8 down. Don't remember doing this the first time around. Did we miss this one? Anyway, wife getting love when squeezed by children faints. Wife getting love when squeezed by children. So W is an abbreviation for wife. Love can be the letter O, as in the tennis 15 love and so on. Yeah, so this is swoons. It's an old-fashioned word meaning to faint, and children are sons, S-O-N-S. So sons squeezing or containing W for wife and O for love gives faints, which is swoons. Okay, pretty good. 2 left to get. Let me just have a quick check of the clues I've put in so far, make sure I haven't made any typo mistakes, because if I complete the puzzle now, it'll go through and do a check, potentially submit as it's a prize cryptic. So let me just have a quick check through those. Make sure my fat fingers haven't mistyped something. It looks to be okay. Okay, 2 left. 20 down. Good thing about university, very powerful for idiot. Well, with the U and the F here, unusual to have 2 words both beginning so close together with the same letters, but what about buffoon? So a good thing is a boon. Something that's said to be a boon is a good thing, so it's B-O-O-N. About university, so we said university is abbreviated to U. Very powerful in musical notation is FF, F for fortissimo, and 2 Fs for even more fortissimo. And a buffoon is an idiot, so I think that's correct. And then 26 across, least academic, back of class, bottom. Yeah, so this is slowest. So bottom of class, or back of class is S, and bottom is lowest. And the closing date looks like the 17th of September, so I'll make sure I don't post this video before then, but we'll submit that one. And there we go. Let's go back to the puzzle. Good. Okay, so that's today's or Sunday's prize cryptic solved. Not too bad, half an hour or so. Yeah, just come up to half an hour, so that's pretty good going. I hope you enjoyed that. As I said earlier, if you'd like to, if you did enjoy it, you wanted to give it a like, that would be much appreciated. It just helps the algorithm to know that content like this is appreciated, so thanks for that. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to hear more, catch more videos from me solving cryptic crosswords. And with all that being said, have a good day, whatever you're doing, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.